YouTube, what's up? It's Marnie Semick. I'm coming in hot today. I'm in Santa Barbara, California. I got the mission behind me. Beautiful day, and I'm here to give you your top 3 sales tips. Okay, you ready? This is what's up. Now, when you're in a sales process, I believe that there are 3 things that you keep in mind. And if you keep these 3 things in mind, then you probably close more deals and you probably get more people into your business, okay? So listen up. Number 1 is empathetic listening. So what do I mean by this? What is empathetic listening? Okay, so empathetic listening is leaning into a little bit more of the feeling side with your heart instead of using your brain, your critical thinking brain. So if you're in a sales call with somebody or a sales process with someone and you're thinking about what it is the next thing that you're going to say, you've already lost them. Okay, so they can feel that your brain is going and your brain is thinking. So what you need to do is actually just open up that channel, lean into your heart, feel into your heart, and connect your heart to the other person. Okay, that's what I mean by empathetic listening. So and also I don't mean having sympathy for the other person. Sympathy and empathy are 2 different things. Sympathy, if you lean into sympathy, then somebody's going to tell you a sob story and you're going to sympathize with them, and then you're going to go down a rabbit hole, and I don't want you there. Empathy means that you can feel with kindness and compassion in your heart what the other person is going through, but you're still going to be a leader and be an alpha. Now, I have another video about being alpha, taking leadership in your sales calls. If you haven't watched that one, I would recommend watching that. Number 2 is, if you only get one thing out of this video, I want it to be this. Number 2 is exaggerate their current situation and their desired situation, okay? Because what is happening is that they're coming to you in this muddled mess. They're confused. They're coming to you in a muddled mess, and they need you for some reason, but sometimes they don't even know what they need. They don't know what they want. They just know they're confused. Their life is in a critical moment and they need help, but they don't know exactly what they want. So if you only remember one thing, remember this. You want to separate their current situation and their desired situation. You want to make that clear for them. Does that make sense? So you want to separate their current situation and their desired situation. So in the current situation, you're going to ask them about, okay, tell me what's going on for you, and you're going to lead the conversation. You're not going to let them go down a rabbit hole, okay? So what is your current situation? Understanding the current situation and also exaggerating the pain of the current situation. Because if you're a coach, a healer, a mentor, a light worker, they've got some sort of problem that they need you for, right? And so you need to understand very deeply and intimately what is the problem for them. And you need to exaggerate the pain. The more pain that you can bring up in this moment, the closer you are to getting this sale and getting this as a new client, okay? So you're exaggerating the current situation. So once you've really dialed into the problem and you kind of exaggerate that pain for them, so they're really feeling that pain, now we're going into the desired situation. You're like, okay, I understand where you're at. I understand that this is a problem for you. You're having a challenge here. This is really bringing up a lot of anxiety for you, whatever. So you're going to go into that and you're say, I understand your current situation. Tell me what you want. So what I usually say is, look, let's just pretend like you and I, we're doing a thing together. It's a year from now. What does your desired situation look like? Like, what do you want your life to look like? What does that look like for you? For me, I say, how much money are you making? What does your life look like? How much free time do you have? What does your relationship look like? What does your living situation look like? So I really go into, like, tell me what you actually want. And what's interesting here in this moment is a lot of people have a hard time saying what they want. And so sometimes you need to help them. You need to say, do you want to be making more money? Do you want to feel better? Whatever your area of expertise is, you're going to actually help guide them in this moment. That's going to help them really take that situation, that muddled mess that they're coming to you with, and it's going to help them separate the 2 so they can see a difference. They can see the difference between where they're at and where they want to be, because guess why? You are the solution. You are the bridge to get them from where they are to where they want to be. So point number 2 is exaggerate the current situation and the desired situation. Okay, if you only remember one thing from this video, remember that one. Number 3 is find the black swan. Well, what do I mean by this? The black swan is basically something that they know about themselves that they haven't told you. So it's something that they know, but they're withholding and they're holding that information back. It's usually some very deep pain point. It's something so deep within them. It's their biggest fear usually. It is the main reason why they're coming to you for help. And if you don't uncover this, your chance of closing that sale goes down pretty significantly. So you have to keep asking questions. You have to keep asking questions. So like, hey, I understand your current situation, or I understand your desired situation. And by the way, I have a great sales training called the Spiritual Sales Academy. So if you need a more in-depth deep dive on this topic, I've got a great training. More information is in the description below. So once to find this black swan, you can say something like, I understand that where you're at, and I understand where you want to be. Can you help me understand why you're not already there? They're going to tell you a bit of a story, okay? And then you're going to ask some more questions, like, what is the reason why you feel like you're not capable of getting there on your own? So you're just going to keep asking them questions until you uncover it. Now, the next question that I'm about to tell you, I want you to write this down because it's super important. You're going to ask them, what would happen if you didn't get to your desired situation? What would happen if you didn't get there? So, and you could clarify, you say, I know you told me about where you are, and I know you told me about where you want to be, but, what would happen if you didn't get there? Now, this is where they're going to tell you their black swan, okay? And this is where you're actually going to dive deep into whatever their black swan topic is in order to unleash that. If you can find whatever their black swan is, you will close the deal. Now, if they say, well, I guess things are okay, and I guess I would just carry on, then this person is not a motivated person, and they're probably not going to buy something from you. Number one. Or number two, it could be that they're withholding that information still, and that you need to dig a little bit deeper. And so you could say something like, they're like, oh, well, things are pretty good as they are. It's like, okay, well, that's interesting. Well, why have these goals in the first place? Why would you want to have that desired situation? And sometimes people are just so, they're so afraid to say what they want. They're because so many people in their lives have been like bashing their dreams and criticizing them. And so they actually don't want to say it out loud, because then that sort of holds them accountable for trying to get the dream, and they don't want to fail. And so the fear of failure is a really big one for people, but you want to encourage them to continue talking. You want to encourage them to really tell you, like, what is the real problem here? And people will say crazy, scary things. Like, for example, I've had people say, I would probably kill myself. I've had people say, because I don't want to be homeless. I've had people say, because my husband will leave me. I've had people say, like, those are the big areas. Those are the big topics. That's the black swan. That's what I'm talking about here. They're big areas of concern, and really, it's a deep hidden fear that people have, and you want to uncover that. Okay. And once you uncover that, you're so much closer to getting that person as a client, because one, they feel really safe within your presence. You've been doing this thing that I'm calling empathetic listening. You've been feeling them with kindness and compassion this entire time. And so they feel safe. They feel safe enough to express their deepest concern with you. And if you can get them into a place where they feel safe enough to express the deepest concern with you, then you got them. Okay? I hope this is helpful. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Just remember, the work you're doing is super important. I think you're awesome. Stay amazing. Namaste from Santa Barbara, California, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.